So this week is gonna be all about you. I wanted to do another What Sold video on items that I've shown you guys in videos, and I asked you guys to leave me comments about what items you were curious about how much they sold for, or if they even sold at all. A lot of you guys wanna know what happened with the crocodile skin return. Oh my gosh. I will say, I've been doing this for a long time, and I've literally never had something like this happen to me. Stay tuned till the end of the video and we'll cover the devastating crocodile return. I actually ended up getting a lot of comments about a video that I did back in July called Estate Sale Jackpot, 3 tips at finding the best things at estate sales, and one of the comments that I got was amazing. Morfangdaka said, the frog vase from France with a long leg, estate sale shopping rule. If it's from France, look it up. I've been finding so many good things ever since you made that video on estate sale rules. Everything from steak knives to crystal paperweights. If it says France, look it up. Yes, if it says France, look it up. I don't know why things from France are so expensive, but they are. I'm so glad you picked that up because that wasn't even one of the rules. Thank you for watching. This France vase was super cool. I ended up finding it in the garage of this house where these people were obsessed with frogs. So there was just frog figurines everywhere. And there was this France vase in the garage with a giant frog on it for $10. France is a super expensive company, and this vase ended up selling for $188.12. Yep, I needed that 12 cents. I wanted the 12 cents, so I charged. This is actually a good time to talk about this. Reed G actually asked, I don't have a question about something you've sold, but I do wonder how you go about pricing your items. Thanks in advance. I literally just check eBay comps constantly. You never know, these prices change all the time. Markets constantly fluctuate, so I'll always check the market. I'll always see what things are selling for on the low end and on the high end, why I have such weird numbers like $188.12. I'll price something fairly high, and then I use a software that actually lowers my prices every single day. So every day my price is lower by a small percentage. As the prices change, they just kind of like become something very strange that I no longer have control over. And then I also got a comment from Hungry Asian Boy, who also asked about the France vase, but he also says, great video once again. I'm also curious to find out how much the France frog vase and Royal Copenhagen blue fluted box sold for. I collect porcelain. In fact, I bought your Tiffany cup and saucer. I can't wait to add it to my collection. Have a great day. Hungry Asian Boy! Thank you for buying that, and I hope you enjoy that. I already talked about the vase, but the Royal Copenhagen dish was interesting because this is something that you can literally still buy on Royal Copenhagen's website. They're still making these, so I'm surprised that I was able to sell it for as much as I did. I didn't pay a lot for it. I actually ended up selling it for $108.65. Super random number again. I think I actually sold it for more than what they're selling it for on their website, which is kind of incredible. Jay, I would like to know, did you sell the Little Miss No Name? Okay, the Little Miss No Name doll was this doll that I'd found with these giant eyes. The hair was messed up. It wasn't even in the original clothing. It just wasn't in the best condition. I ended up buying this doll for $30, and it ended up selling to an overseas buyer for $130. So that was actually a really good flip. Barbie was made at the same time, and Barbie was like this like girl with the pink Corvette and the giant Barbie house and was like super beautiful. And then there was this other doll made with like giant eyes. She was released in a burlap sack with a tear, crying, holding her hand out for money. I don't know what Hasbro was thinking at that time. It's just an amazing contrast from what else was going on with like toys at that time. So the next comment that I got was from Mick Draper. Holy cow, did you sell that black velvet child's dress from the Plains Native Americans with the shells on it? Everything at Ron's house was amazing. Did you sell the beaded horse rifle holder? Thanks for the video. I haven't even listed the rifle holder yet. McDraper, no, the velvet dress hasn't sold yet, unfortunately. I'm asking a lot for it because I feel like it's a really, really rare piece. Everything from Ron's house was totally amazing, and these things were all like artifacts, and the history with these things is really, really rich and unique. I want to make sure that I get it right. I want to make sure that I price things correctly. I'm definitely okay with holding on to it till the right customer comes along that can appreciate it. The next comment comes from Be More Ben, and Be More Ben said, about 6 months ago, you found a lamp and it had a clock and a plant and it dripped oil. Was wondering what you got for that. Also, if you had time, 5 months ago, you got a really cool Indian wood carved statue that would be nice to know the price. Thanks, love your channel. Be More Ben, thank you for watching and thank you for subscribing. So I did sell both of those things. This clock was amazing. I'd never seen one of these before and I'd picked it up at a flea market, and basically you can find these rain drip lamps all the time, but this was the first time I'd found like a rain drip lamp clock. It had fake plants, it had a clock in the middle instead of the naked woman, which it normally has. It was just this really elaborate situation. I didn't pay a lot for it and it ended up selling for $175. Now, as far as the Native American statue, this thing was super cool. It was completely hand carved from a single piece of wood. It was 35 inches tall. It ended up selling for $400. So these things are very difficult to find, and I was super excited to grab something like this, but I'm glad you remembered that. That was a while ago. Good memory, Be More Ben. The next comment comes from Alam Kurup. Nice profit on those items. I remember you picked up some mid-cent gigantic bed lamps you found on Craigslist. How much did you sell them for? It's funny you should ask, Alam. That was one of the biggest mistakes I'd ever made. I literally mean the biggest. They were huge. They were the size of a 7-year-old child. Each one individually, a 7-year-old child. They only wanted $20 for both. Like, they weren't expensive. So I gave them their money. I took these giant sconces home and I'm like, what am I gonna do with these? Because FedEx can't ship them. They are too big. I did exactly what I said I was gonna do. And I put them out on the side of the road. And they lasted for about 5 minutes. Somebody literally came and just like swooped them up pretty much instantly. Never saw them again, never heard from them again. They are just probably on somebody's wall. That's what happened with those, okay? Thank you for bringing that up. Thank you so much. Pina Wozniak, she said anything that's in your original introduction video, the one that had the breastplate in it. Tina, all of that stuff was really great. But I will tell you guys what a couple of those things sold for because they're really cool. The breastplate that you were asking about is a Makonde breastplate. Basically, members of the Makonde tribe would wear it for ceremonies. And what's really interesting about this is only men were allowed to wear this pregnant belly breastplate. But this actually ended up selling for $150. This bronze Tibetan piece, this is actually super cool. This was like solid bronze, absolutely incredible. I paid a lot for this. I paid like $150 for it and it ended up selling for $565. This horse head, which is really crazy, this is from the Igbo people in Africa, and basically this was created during a funeral. This was a sacrificed animal. They would keep pieces of this animal and then wrap it in wicker and basket weave, and then they would keep it in the home, put it on the altar, and this was a way that they could communicate with the loved one that had passed away. That ended up selling for $439. So there's a little backstory on my intro. You guys, I got more comments about this crocodile skin than anything else, so let's revisit this awful experience. Oh. Ah! No, no. You guys, it's covered in mold. I don't know what this is. It's another piece. There's the back of it. It's also covered in like a weird mold. What did she do with this? Here's the tail. Here's the tail. No, it doesn't even bend anymore. There's like a cloud of dust. You guys, did she put anthrax in this? What did she do to this thing? This customer had ordered a crocodile skin hide, left positive feedback. It was a good transaction. She was super excited with it, sent it back completely in multiple pieces. So I went through all of your comments. A lot of people thought that maybe she had sent a different hide. And I'm like, yes, maybe she sent a different hide. So I went through all of these pieces. I got out a magnifying glass and I checked every single scale. I looked at the pieces I had. I looked at the original photos. You guys, it's the same hide. It's literally the exact same hide, just different color, much stiffer, a lot of mold, and in multiple pieces. I don't know what she did to this. I went through and I checked to make sure that all of the pieces were there because I wanted to see if maybe she like took a part of it to like make a wallet and then send me the rest. Everything was there. Some of you were like, I think she tried to clean it with harsh chemicals. Maybe it was a bad dye job. Yeah, I think she tried to clean it or she tried to dye it. Some weird chemical reaction happened that she was not expecting. I try to give people the benefit of the doubt. I genuinely think she was super disappointed with how this turned out. We messaged back and forth. She says it's rotten leather. It should not have fallen apart that way. If any of you guys are eBay sellers, eBay offers this free return policy, and I have opted into this, and I'll tell you why. 95% of the returns you're gonna do on eBay are gonna be free anyways. If somebody abuses eBay's return policy, you then have the power as the seller to determine how much you're gonna actually refund the buyer. If you report the buyer for abusing the return process, you can actually refund them less than the full amount. In doing that, they can't leave you negative feedback. I refunded her the amount of money less shipping there, shipping back, plus the original cost of the item. So I actually wasn't out anything in this situation. She paid for the original cost of the item, she paid for the original shipping, she paid for the return shipping, and she was not happy. I got a lot of emails back. In this situation, nobody wins. I don't know what she did. I still don't know what she did. It stinks because it was a really cool piece that she destroyed, but that's what ended up happening. That's what ended up happening. Thank you guys for your comments. This was actually really fun. I really enjoyed going through your comments and looking at what things you were interested in knowing what they sold for, so I hope that this was helpful. Some of you guys are resellers, some of you guys are not, so I would really be interested in hearing about situations that you've had with buyers that have been totally crazy. And for you guys that are not sellers, I've actually bought things on like Mercari and Etsy and eBay that have just been like, I received the item and it's just completely different from what it was described as. So I would actually be really interested in hearing about those. Leave your comment in the comment section below. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, make sure you do it now so you don't miss future episodes. And as always, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.